Okay, hey guys, I'm making this video because I built this really cool 10 by 10 sand door, and I wanted to show you guys how I did it and how it works. So to start, I just want to show you guys how it works, like the opening and closing parts. So this lever right here does a really simple thing. So under the door, we have these two flush pistons, and basically what they do is when you unflick that lever, they retract the block under the sand, which lets the sand fall down. So I'm gonna do that now. And all the sand blocks just fall down. See, they get right through that, and then when I reflick the lever, it just kind of puts it back. Now, this next lever is what actually starts the process of bringing the sand back. So when you flick that lever, all the sand goes down here into this kind of like underground area. So when you flick this lever up here, it sends a redstone signal all the way down this chain, down to this piston right here. Now this piston will push this block here, and then this redstone timer over here will then be able to go through to the rest of the system. So once you push that block, the redstone comes here, and then this observer, bulb, and comparator make sure it only sends out one signal. So to start, that signal very simply goes down this line here and goes across all these pistons. This one's really simple. It just makes all of these pistons fire, pushing the sand this way into the water stream. Now, the more complicated part is going to be over here. So in building this, I kept running into an issue that whenever this sand pushed into that water, it would just delete the water that was there, and then the bubble elevator wouldn't work because the water was gone. So I had to think of a fun workaround. So this is timed in a way so that before these pistons over here push, these dispensers back here fire, and they take the water out of here. And then right after they do that, that sand is pushed in there, and then this thing fires a second time going around this little clock here, and then it places the water back. So that takes it, pushes it, replaces it, and then it goes up here. Now, once it goes up here, it flows all the way up to here, and then it has enough momentum from going up the bubble elevator that it comes all the way up here, activating this tripwire hook. Now, this tripwire hook sends redstone down here, and this redstone does two things. First, it activates these repeaters down here, which connect to those pistons. Those pistons give the sand blocks somewhere to land on. So when they're flying up, they will land on those extended pistons. And then, after a short delay, because of these repeaters, these pistons will then push them this way. So now I just kind of want to show you guys all of that in action. So I'm going to flick this lever, it goes down, and it activates this, and then the clock is now going to this. So as you can see, this part right here, it's causing these pistons over here to push the sand into there. Now, when that's happening, as you can see, the water is actually being pulled out before the sand gets pushed there and then placed back, letting it go back up. So if I click in here, you'll be able to see it in real time. See, it pushes it out, takes it back in, pushes it out, takes it back in, and it just goes on repeat. Then the sand flows all the way up this fun elevator up to here. Now when the sand gets up here, it activates that tripwire hook, lands on the pistons down there, and then gets pushed by that. Now it's really laggy to see because my Xbox is pretty bad. But yeah, it flies up, lands on that, and gets pushed. And then that sand that gets pushed simply goes over here and falls down. So now if I close this right here, the sand will start to stack up, kind of like if the door was closing again. So overall, it's a pretty simple mechanic, and if you guys want like an actual full tutorial on how to build it, just like tell me in the comments or like and subscribe, because I would be happy to show y'all how to really build this. It's really simple and fun to use, and I think it's pretty good for impressing people because you can make it on a really big scale. Like theoretically, you can make this like 20 by 20. But I mean, that's all my yapping for this video. Thanks so much for watching. And again, please like and subscribe so I can keep doing this stuff. Bye.